This is so bizarre. And it's broadcasting. Like, oh god, my screenshots are just glorious. It's like flying broadcasting viewers. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Alright, what did we draw? We drew a cultivator. I guess I'll play that. Our opponent somehow got a revolution in the graveyard. What did they do? I guess they read the bones and discarded the revolution. Huh. Interesting choices. What does it tell us about our hand when they discard their 6-drop? Probably that they have plenty of plays to make and they're not worried about hitting their own land drops. And it looks like we're up against a landfall deck. Hey, Reclamation Sage. You might come in. You find something more important to hit than the retreat. There's always, like, the Zendikar's Royal lurking about, things of that nature. And we definitely want to do this and fix our hand. Okay, so, we want a red for sure. Do we want a white or a black? We have the Oath, so we can fix our own planeswalkers, so I'm going to get white, and I'm going to get, I think our only black cards are planeswalkers. So I'm going to get white, and I'm going to get red. No, I better have a black in case Deathcap dies, and I'm forgetting something, so I'm going to get black and a white. Right on top, thank you. Who can outlandfall the other? That's the real battle. That's the battle within. It still shows in Magic Duels that I am not streaming. And since nobody's talking to me, I suspect there's a problem there. Oh wait, here's something. Salmon, why does Duels put limitations on number of rare and mythics you can have? How does it benefit gameplay? Great question. I think it just makes it... If I'm, you know, being really honest, I think what it does for them is it makes it more exciting when people draw and work with their when they work with their mythics. It's just more exciting to have a mythic if they're not as easy to find or play. Same thing with rares. So I think it's just kind of a thing for new players to get them hyped. Like, yes, I drew Gideon. This card is so good. I can't wait to play it and have it do things. If you had 4 of them and you drew it every game, you'd be like, and this is where I turn 4 Gideon you and smash your face. So, that's my 2 cents. Just concentrating to make sure I tap everything right for a second and being quiet while I do it. Forgive me. I mean, you're still clubbing seals. From what I've seen, it only delays the inevitable. The like the number of rare and mythics only delays the inevitable. Yeah, you're right. Can't argue. Can't argue with that, my friend. But it's not, you know, I don't think that those limitations, they're not for people who've played Magic or continue to play Magic. They're not for seasoned Magic players. They're for new players. To get new players excited. That's probably why they forbid negate. No one likes their mythic countered by a 4-of counter. Yeah, I'm sure that has a lot to do with it. It's always important to remember that a good amount of this game, just like in the real game, you know, a good amount of this game is not for you and I. A good amount of it is for brand new players. Brand new players. There might even be a few watching right now, not doing the, who don't feel like commenting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Man, I can go Gideon and Nissa this turn. That's pretty good, right? Yeah, that's pretty good. And we can, I think we want to animate the swamp because I have 2 of them, and I definitely don't need 2 of them when I have an Oath of Nissa on the battlefield. So we'll put the 5/5 in the way. And I'm not even going to attack. I'm in no rush. My opponent can mount a small offense with Evolving Wilds, Retreat to Agra, so I want to have blockers available. That is an enchantment. That's like a landfall enchantment deck across from me there, Nighthawk. You remember this deck. It was actually reasonably popular in Zendikar as an alternative to just Gruul Moss Ramp, or as a complement to Gruul Moss Ramp. Avocado, you are a duel success story. You were new to Magic, you started duels, now you kind of know your way around some cards. I would consider you a Magic player. You should be proud of yourself. Duels has made a Magic player. It is a success story for the, and a validation of the very existence of the game, right there. Our own Avocado 96. Now our opponent has to figure out if it's worth throwing his token army into my planeswalkers and my battlefield. See, that's the problem. These enchantments, they crank out value every turn, but these planeswalkers usually go somewhere bigger and over-the-top-ish. Here is Ob. Ob will take out the 5/5, which now means if Chandra lives, Chandra can kill Ob, which is by itself an argument not to make that play, specifically. So what does he attack? Choices, choices, choices. Well, you definitely don't just attack me. He goes for Chandra. I can dig that. We're gonna line up some blocks, of course. And our opponent has to pass. Okay. So, emblem times. Let's start with a Nissa emblem, because this is a very hard thing to beat if you have any kind of board control whatsoever. The ability to draw a card every time you play a land is awesome. Let's plus the Chandra. The odds are we're going to redirect to Ob, but you never know. And we hit a land, so it's definitely Ob going down. Let's cast the Oath, see what we hit. Pretty much going off at this point. If we hit another planeswalker, we're doing it. And those aren't planeswalkers. So do I take the land because I draw a card, or do I take the Sylvan Advocate because it's freaking awesome? I think I want the card. I really do. Sylvan Advocate dies to removal. Does my opponent have that? I mean, he played Ob, so he probably doesn't have anything to deal with the Advocate, so I'll take that. He had to use Ob to kill it last time. Do we generate tokens? No. Let's attack. Do I send the Cultivator? Yes, I'm going to, in case there's a Blessed Alliance. I'll definitely take a trade here since I have Planeswalkers, and it takes pressure off the Walkers if he trades. And then, yeah. Looking alright, looking alright. Salmon says, most of my friends play paper. They think duels is ridiculous because, oh boy, A, the limitations, B, the requirement of a gaming system like Xbox and not Mac. That does bother me too. I have a Mac, and I did buy an Xbox because I like this game so much, but I do hate that. C, because of the exclusion of standard cards like Negate. I like the exclusion of certain cards. It makes the format different in its own way. We don't fall into the same pitfalls of standard as often, where there's only one deck that you have to worry about. I have a relatively decent tablet that can't run duels. Ooh, weird. It's not that complicated of a game. Yeah, I would say that that's a lot to do with the programming, and that is inexcusable. For those of you who missed the announcement, there's been an announcement at Wizards last week. And in a nutshell, they let go most of their digital team. Like, the people responsible for this game, for hiring and managing Stainless, and the people responsible for Magic Online and a lot of things going on there, have all been given the boot, and a bunch of people have been hired from companies like Valve and Electronic Arts to make Magic to make Magic Online a better experience. And so with that going on, I hope you'll see just a lot of improvements to the gaming itself, because you are not at all wrong, Salmon. Your friends are not wrong. Some of the things with this game are ridiculous. Some of the problems it has are nuts. There's like not much excuse for it in this time. All right, let's do it like this. And let's do it like this. This is another reason to make a Nissa emblem right away, by the way, because we have cards like explosive veggies in our deck. Draw 2. Oh, that's a good feeling. Yes. I guess we'll tap the cultivator. Nuke all your stuff. Congratulations on that massive play with the Nissa's Revelation. And we'll make some tokens so we can square off with our opponent's tokens that they make. Someone probably saw what Hearthstone was doing and went ballistic. Well, that would probably be the new CEO Nighthawk, Chris Cox, who probably took a harder look at what was going on and got pretty spicy about it. I would. I mean, if you became the CEO of a company, if you were brought in to run a company and, you know, make it great again, and you saw stuff like that, like just how poorly it does compared to other games in kind of the same vein in digital, I'd get mad too. Now, we see our opponent going off here with Animus Awakening, just living the dream. So if they can't beat me after living the dream this hard, let's just call this Enchantment Landfall deck fun, but not great. I imagine it crushes the AI rather adequately. Hello, Liliana. So let's see, we can +2. He's leaving up mana so he can make stuff on end step. That's interesting. And that's smart. So Lily can tag that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I guess we'll take Chandra us, since doesn't look like we need the rampings, and we'll threaten the ultimate. And yeah, I will cast you. It's a good card for blocking some of this stuff. Or do we Lily? Lily holds off 1, he makes 2. 1, 2. Lily tags 1, block, block, block. Definitely want to do this. We don't want to play planar outburst yet. Can get back the Sylvan Advocate. Is that better? Oh, Reclamation Sage. We can get back Reclamation Sage. Shut down his Royal. But the thing about that, right? He just doesn't have that many more. It's actually pretty tough. But I think we'll do the plussing. It's pretty close. There's an argument I should get something back there. Alright. Emrakul runs perfectly fine in Magic the Gathering Online. It just looks bad, yeah. I can't stand the look. Like, that alone really messes with me. Do you think they'll bother to fix duels, or just do something new altogether? I would predict something new altogether. I think that's the future. Digital MTG is probably actually embarrassing for the company. It should be. It is embarrassing. It's very, like, for the great content that Magic has, the fact that other games go out there, create a new brand from absolute scratch, doing not much more than ripping off some of the basic ideas of Magic, but basically doing it better, and, you know, having no established brand, but building it from out of nowhere almost. I guess Warcraft is an established brand, but not in the same space. To be the right word, that Magic got its butt kicked so thoroughly this way. I'm playing Naya Superfriends. It seems pretty nice. It's good. Naya's not bad. It has kind of some weak spots, and I don't think it has the same access to raw card advantage, but a Johnny will help with that. It's not a bad deck. Alright, bring it. He wants to go ham over there. I'm definitely blocking here. and here, and here. Got any tricks? So he knocks Chandra off ultimate, but we still have all these creatures. And he's down to just one card. He's running out of them resources. That's a free redraw. Nice. More redraws. So now what? One, two, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. So we can't do something like, say, Reclamation Sage, Planar Outburst, and Obnixilis. Oh, the greed. Do. Send in this cloud. Damage taken. Plus Chandra and see if we hit something we want to play. Nope. Planar Outburst for 5. Yep. Make a token. Get back Reclamation Sage. Casties. You have no royal. Your move, sir. Oh, what do we got? Okay, so Salmon says, Clash of... Oh, concession. Don't blame you. Clash of Clans has millions of users, for example. Don't know this game. Runs flawlessly. Well, that's something. And it's mobile. Nice. The fact that duels can't come close to providing access to someone like me is inexcusable. It's a little self-righteous. They do have a right to choose what platforms they want to be on and how. But, I mean, in the perfect world, is it valuable enough for them to get like all of the fans of Magic together on one platform? It probably is. So you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But they've probably made plenty of excuses for the last decade as far as not providing you with the experience that you would like. My favorite tricolor decks are the ones that use all the most battle lands. Okay, so you like the battle land decks. I kind of like the off-color decks because I like having the most man lands. The man lands, in my opinion, are a great reason to play things like Jeskai. My opponent just went turn 3 Lily, turn 4 Chandra, turn 5 Prism Array with 5 colors without an Oath of Nissa. Who needs mana fixing? Nobody needs unbridled growth to do this stuff. Oh, Nighthawk. I'm sorry. Nothing like the perfect 5-color curve out to remind you that there is variance in Magic. While we struggle to even get like 3-color decks to work right. All basics. He didn't have like a turn 2 guide, Auroch guide, or anything to make that happen. It's obscene. If we draw 1 land, this hand does work. Ugh. But on the draw, it's so meh. I'm gonna keep it. Why not? I'm too humored right now by Nighthawk's story. Hello, 7. I'm just too humored by Nighthawk's story right now to even care if we do well in this game. Boom. Land. Love it. Oh, Nighthawk, you've been getting the worst of it lately, it seems. Maybe that's in my head. But I was hoping you'd keep it. Hey, anytime you guys want to know if I should keep a hand or not, go ahead and post in chat. I may not see it in time before I make my decision, but I love wondering what you think of my first hand. I really do. Maybe I'll try to remind you next time we have a hand coming up. Yesterday at pre-release, someone just won with that blue enchantment and 8 platinum angels. Oh god. So Mechanized Production and Platinum Angel was in his pool. And of course, Platinum Angel is a masterpiece, and mechanized production is a mythic. This person should be banned from the store. Even if they're not cheating, they're too lucky. Nobody wants to play with them anymore. Oh man, and my opponent's not attacking me though. There you go. Get out there in a vastwood. I struggled to get back to 40, not playing now till after expansion. Yeah, you better hold on to that rank, Hawk. You never know what'll go on. Somebody said they went on the forum yesterday, like posted that they went from 38 to 26. And I was like, wow. Just wow. Somebody must be using like some of Yonder's deck lists. Just kidding. I don't know if Yonder's here to hear that burn or if he'll watch this later, but I really am just joking. I thought it would be funny to say that. Now I just feel bad. But hopefully some of you got a laugh out of that. I could veggie that turn. I'd rather start the clue production. I'm greedy like that. Because next turn I can veggie, make 2 clues, flip Nissa. Yeah, that sounds really fun to me. Sounds broken. Avocado, if you want to go to a pre-release, find your local game store and go. You don't really need anything other than money to show up and play a few games. It's designed to be new friendly. However, I did hear that the pre-releases were really bad because of a system error, like something wrong with Wizards and their matching, pairing, ranking, reporting system. And I heard this particular pre-release was rather awkward because of a rather massive systems failure at Wizards, which makes me think some of the folks who got fired for bad digital experiences know enough about computers. Maybe they planted a time bomb on the way out just to screw up the pre-release as a, final middle finger to the gamers. Although it was probably more meant for the company, but you know what I mean. I won with Triskaidekaphobia. Oh, I'd love to tell you what that card did, but I've forgotten. I know it's something like if your life total, like if like something's exactly 13, you win the game. I always really enjoy playing at my local game store. I can only recommend that. And Treeline, you are not at your local game store today. Today there are probably pre-releases going on, so you're spending some time at home and with us, so appreciate that. Thank you for hanging out. Let's see. 13 HP equal lose. Wizards messing up digitally, what do you know? I'm really curious to see what the new team does. It is embarrassing. That is the best word for it. Like, just the way that they treat duels and Magic Online. They let bugs and issues go on forever without fixing them. Like, months and months and months of a game not even functioning the way it's supposed to. And basically, the only thing that they do really to acknowledge it is say, we know, and you're not going to get an update till like next quarter, or in the case of Magic Online, possibly ever. There are several cards that you just can't even use. Not several, but a handful that are very, especially in formats like Modern, they're just damaged. They do not work right, or you cannot play them. Legacy has that issue. And it's just a clunky experience. I don't know anybody... I've heard a few people say that they like Magic Online. The funny thing is, when I watch streamers who do a lot of stuff with Magic Online, they don't seem to like Magic Online. And they're the ones who play the most. I like Magic Duels. Like, I really do enjoy it a lot. Could it be better in multiple ways? Absolutely. And if they fix even a few of those, I'll be just so happy because I love the experience otherwise. I know very few Magic streamers who love the Magic Online experience. Most of them seem to always have more things to say about it that are very negative than positive. Nighthawk is confident that they haven't really fixed Xbox matchmaking, and he hopes he is wrong. Yeah. You and I both, man. You and I both. Will a Johnny or Tezzeret slot into Super Friends? Yes and yes. They're Planeswalker decks, so yeah, they're going to play more Planeswalkers. Even Tezzeret, which typically requires artifacts. Can you imagine Tezzeret on this board, everybody? Just look at the board as it is right now. Tezzeret, I have 5 clues, and I have a Cultivator's Caravan. I'm not an artifact deck, but right now Tezzeret's just fine. And when he's not, he's fixing mana and ramping. He's basically an explosive vegetation that's a Planeswalker. So he's great for this deck. A Johnny, absolutely great for this deck. 3 months of broken turn phases is just unheard of. If you could play draft at duels, I would pay a huge amount of money. I don't think they'll ever build in drafts because it's hard enough to connect to one other player, but they'd had a sealed version in 2014, and it was pretty good. The pool was bad, and it was easy to break, and you could basically play the most broken deck you opened for forever. So it had a lot of issues. It was probably an experiment that didn't quite work out. But that said, it was pretty good, and I wouldn't put it past having another... I wouldn't say it's impossible that we get another format in duels someday. Alright. I don't see a lot of ways to blow me out on this, and I get to eat his best creature and keep Gideon alive, so I'm going to take this route. Alright, you did nothing. And, oh, I guess this has summoning sickness, so now I can't tap it for mana to crack a clue? That's annoying. Magic Online was designed exclusively for channel fireballs, so redo Contested Vehicles deck a million times and still lose. Well, that's not true, but it's a funny thought. Can you imagine a mechanized production on that board? Ha 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 ha, with my clues? I mean, I'd win in like 2 more turns, but I'm probably going to win anyway. And I'd have to have blue in the deck. No thanks. But hey, how many clues does one really need? If duels actually had a sealed format, it would be sweet. The one they had in the past was sweet, and it would be nice if they brought it back. Alright, so let's make this thing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so we can go. We don't have an oath, so we have to keep a black and a white open. That's not too hard. Alright, plus for mana. And 1, 2, yep, there we go. Sorin to the battlefield, paging Dr. Sorin. And let's eat the one that can give trample, because that'll be the biggest nightmare to block. Nom. And there we go. Your move, opponent. I wish clues came back with EMN. I wish clues came back with EMN. Oh, with Eldritch Moon? Oh, you wish there were more clue cards in Eldritch Moon. I think the whole world wants more clue cards. You know, similar to how they made scrying a universal mechanic, they should do that with clues. They're just too cool. Everybody likes clues. I mean, and it's not like there aren't mysteries to solve. I mean, if you read the lore on Kaladesh, there's like a big mystery over who's doing this and who's doing that. So, for the love of God, just give us more clues. May as well. We like clues. Everybody likes clues. Hey, there is a big Emrakul. There's nothing to investigate. No, dude. No, man. Like I just said, everybody likes clues. There's always a mystery. If there isn't a mystery to a set, like to the lore, then there may as well not be lore. Secrets are the backbone of drama. Drama is the backbone to human interest. Alright? So, there have to be secrets. Like, watch any TV show that you like. Every episode revolves around a secret. Some kind of a secret. Something one character knows and another doesn't. It's the spice of everything. I don't know how or why I'm tangenting on this, but dang it, I did. Yeah, you finally drew a land. I think I've gone like several turns without drawing any of them. But if you plus a Sorin, or a Chandra, I bet, you'll be amazed what can happen. So am I supposed to... Yeah, there's no way I'm supposed to, like, plus the chandra for anything other than more ramping. Ramping is so good on this board right here. And boom, and boom. The sting of past exclusions does pass with every new set. New cards are also the spice of life in terms of Magic. So no reason to cast more of these veggies. There's only one land left in the deck. We're playing the AI now, so I can take as long as I want. This is something. I guess I should have played my land first, but I don't think we'll die from a lack of clues anytime soon. Think we're doing okay. And boom, and boom. Big old attack step. Now, corner firmly turned. Opponent has to do something or they just die. Ki. Just closing it out on the AI and their weird deck. Red, green, something other, mishmash. I guess it's a delirium-ish thing if you gather the pack and can hit like Fog and Inferno Fist. Inferno Fist, great for delirium. Baby Gids does not transform after attacking with Garrison. Yeah, I guess not. I guess the trigger checks when you declare attackers before the Handweir trigger checks. I'm confident in real Magic, in Paper Magic Fisted, that you could stack those triggers to resolve Harrison first, and then you would get your Kithian check. But actually there isn't a trigger that goes off for Kithian, so I might be wrong. I could be totally wrong on that. Don't listen to me. Let's see if we can kill him by plussing Planeswalkers first. Nope. That's just another land. We'll bring the attack then. Got a block, got a dead opponent. Hallelujah. 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 How about them explosive veggies? I'm still not happy that we didn't get Ruinous Path, but it's gonna be hard to think about that when I'm using Push. Amen. I'm gonna run for a drink. Right, we made it back in time. I think I'm going to call this, depending on what happens. If I get thoroughly beaten brutally, I'll have to play another game to wash it off, but we're going to call this the last game of the day. Redbearded is a seal we've already clubbed, but he's back for more. If we draw a land, this hand is great. If we don't draw a land, we die a hideous death. Well, let's draw that land. I forgot to remind you guys to post whether you would keep, whether you would mulligan or keep, as I find that very interesting. It would be really cool if we did that when you see my hand. I won't get to use the information because of the delay, but I just like to know what you would have done. So, what do you mulligan that hand? Guaranteed death if I don't draw land number 3. Would you mulligan it? almost a guaranteed win if I do draw land number 3, as at that point I'm sweeping or planeswalking. Nighthawk would keep it, but would mulligan on the draw. See, I think it's better to be on the draw with this hand than the play, as you're more likely to hit that land. Do you think they'll ever integrate mulligan to scry? No, I don't. I think I'd just mulligan. Well, yeah, you're looking smart now, aren't you, Avocado? As I am getting curve stomped and not drawing the land. But that happens. Maybe you heard me and they want me to play. The game wants me to play one more time. They don't want me to be done. They know I have trouble walking away from such a beatdown. Oh, come on, man. Untap land, untap land. Oh, Radiant Flames. Come on, buddy. Alright. That's enough of this game. Good for him, though. I mean, I'm not even playing for gold. And I already smashed him earlier, so I don't mind giving him some gold. So there you go. Should have mulliganed that hand. So with this next one coming up, tell me if you would mulligan it or not when you see it. Nice to see so many folks here on a Saturday afternoon. Thanks for coming around and watching. It's my favoritist week of the year is coming up. One of 4 weeks in the year that I enjoy so much, which is New Set Week, is approaching with Aether Revolt, dropping in the evening on the 18th for me here in the United States. And that means that we are going to have a release party. So on Wednesday night, I will be playing with new cards, and it'll be awesome. So make sure that you do the follow heart thingy to follow along with my streams if you like what I do. And we can have a great time checking out new cards together on Wednesday evening. No green mana, but we have the Oath. So if we draw 1 green mana, we're in great shape. I'm going to keep it. Would you keep or would you mulligan this hand? Let me know in the comments. Do you have a deck in mind already? Salmon asks. Absolutely. I wrote down my deck ideas that I think will be, interesting and hopefully competitive with the new set. And it is 19 deep. I have 19 deck ideas. 19. So we've got 2 mulligans, 2 people saying that they'd mulligan. We'll see how right you are if I never draw that green mana. Up! There we go. So 3 votes for mulligans. But now look at what's going to happen. I guess we have the 2 basics. So I'm going to take this. Clutch. That's right, 7. That's right. Clutch. That's how you do it. Uh-oh. Smuggle copter. Incoming smuggles. And our opponent is not going to attack. Well, ain't that something? Is he hoping to ambush? I don't know. I could play... Okay. This just got interesting, because I can play the Chandra and kill his guy. He can play something, cruise copter, kill my Chandra. Then I can play Nahiri, exile his copter. The creature he played attacks and kills Nahiri. Then I play Big Chandra or Nissa, but he's still got a creature on the board, so that whole sequence is not great. I can veggies, and then I can untap and play Chandra into Nahiri, into exile your copter. He can attack and kill Nahiri. He probably plays another creature. And then I guess I work the Chandra Nissa until he beats up this Chandra. Then I sweep his board with this Chandra. Ooh, I like it. Alright, so green, green. I guess I need more green. And white wouldn't hurt. Okay. Right. Hey, sometimes you draw the land, sometimes you don't, right? That's how you do it. That's exactly how you do it. Our opponent banned card. Yep. Banned in standard. This is not standard. I don't know how often I have to remind people of that one, but I know you're not serious. I'm not picking on you. Also looking forward to trying out Unbridled Growth. Man, everybody keeps saying this. There's a chance it'll tap for an extra mana. Oh, now that's optimism, Nighthawk. You're trying to add value to cards instead of remove it with Stainless's mistakes. We all know that their mistakes don't add value to cards. Not very often, anyway. But that's some optimism, man. That's a little too hopeful. But it'll probably be a pain to use, right? Because say I cast Unbridled Growth on the Shambling Vent, I'm probably going to have to scry, because it's going to add another tap symbol, right? Or not scry, scroll. So I'll have to scroll down, and then I'll have to select my color. It might be a pain in the butt. I wonder how they'll code that, or if it'll work as automatically as the way you'd like it to. My opponent's moving in. They're doing some energy shenanigans. They've had a good curve, and they're doing some Gruul energy stuff. This could be a good game. This could be a good game. If it does, that's 3 months of broken green decks. He's discarding the Pummeler. How good is that hand, homie? How good is that hand? So something that could go wrong here is Blossoming Defense. If our opponent has Blossoming Defense, Nahiri will minus, he can crew it with this thing, and then Blossoming Defense to save it. That's really bad for us. Like, dirt worst. For sure. What else are our options? We could Chandra. If we minus, kill his stuff. If he has Blossoming Defense, he saves this and he kills Chandra. But then he's used the Blossoming Defense, and his Smuggler's Copter will be tapped. And then after that, I can play Nahiri the Harbinger, exile his Copter, Torch of Defiance, kill his Brawler. Is that best? That is best, I think. I don't think I'm wrong. Alright, we'll go this route. We're sacrificing Big Chandra, but if he doesn't have it, we just, like, really mess him up. So, let's see. I could go 3, 4. No. We're just going to do the 2 to play around Blossoming Defense. Okay, didn't have it. Now he can kill it with the Smuggler's Copter, but then the turn after that we remove both of his relevant permanents and have 2 Planeswalkers on the battlefield. They'll have to separate the land from the rest, surely. Yeah, they better do that. Red-green aggro is going to be nice. Do you think it'll be better or worse than vehicle aggro? It depends. Red-green aggro has, like, magical precedence for its abilities, and it's usually best in a format where there is a smaller deck that doesn't go as big, right? Its creatures are a little bit smaller, but the deck is a little bit faster, and that's vehicles in a way, although the vehicles themselves are a little too big and busted. And then, so then you play your red-green aggro against your vehicle aggro, and your creatures are a little bigger, and that's usually good enough for red-green aggro to beat the red-white aggro, is the slightly bigger creatures. Now, we've definitely got the bodies. But do the vehicles, like, ruin that? Like, do the vehicles break that? Do they make it so that that dynamic is not what you hope it would be? It's possible. Alright. Big turn. We'll start here. So if he has some kind of a save it spell, he doesn't get to save Copter somehow. I don't know how he would. Dead, dead, dead. All your things are dead. Dead, dead, dead. Every one of them will be dead. We'll see if he has a haste card like a Hellion. But even if he does, we still got action. It's weaker versus removal compared to red-white. That's a big electrostatic pummeler you got over there, Holmes. Oh boy, I could just die. Well, you're going up. Is there anything I would need the land for? Activating a shambling vent? No, I think I'm more in the line of like Nissa cultivator. So let's try to draw something to get rid of that thing before I die to it. That'll do. That'll do. Have I told everybody I'm a lucky sack of crap lately? Alright. A little overkill, but probably worth it. But look at the turns. Like I told you when I fired up the Superfriends deck, that was about going over the top and having these huge turns after you've cast vegetation. And just look at the turn cycles we've had. It's been absolutely crazy. Alright. I'm just going to hold this back to block a Hellion or some other hasted thing. That went from stable to warning in 5 seconds. That's Pummeler for you. But he did discard the other Pummeler, so I had a feeling he had it. I just didn't have an answer. Had to get lucky. Do you think Oath of Ajani has a place? Yep. It's got a place. At very worst, it's a better mana rock than this Cultivator, because it reduces all the casting costs. And, so it'll definitely, at the very least, do that. But there are plenty of Planeswalkers that kind of have a built-in token sub-theme and make creatures. And getting counters on your creatures is a big deal. It's just awesome. My opponent has some creatures. Do I care? I'm definitely going to go ahead and set you off. Now I'm going to draw. That is not what I'm looking for. Put you out. I should have done this first, because you never know what you're going to turn over. Yeah, should have done that first. So, misplay. Bing, bing, bing. Oh, the bolus. Ha. There'll be some kind of Oath cycle when the Gatewatch has to face the, like, the League of... what would it be? Like the Dr. Horrible, the Evil League of Evil. So it's pretty clear to me that with Ajani and Liliana and the whole team, right? The Gatewatch is all together and ganged up. It's reasonably clear to me that Tezzeret and Obnixilis and Nicole Bolas are going to have to join and create the Super Evil League of Evil to compete with the Gatewatch. And I'm telling you right now, there's going to be drama because they're going to try to get Liliana to join them. And Liliana, I think, will do it and betray the Gatewatch and then come back and unbetray the Gatewatch in a dramatic ending to one of the storylines. So that's my prediction for that. Do you think Abzan counters will be playable? Maybe. You can build a deck. I don't know if it'll be good. I'm not that excited about that one. It's not on my list. Somebody will have to show me how good that can be. Cover Go Blue. When the new cards come out, can you update Geist Ramp deck? That's not on the list, but I mean, I typically check out everything every now and then. But yeah, the thing is, come to my release party if you can, Disparanoia. I'll play whatever you put in the comments. If you tell me to play Geist Ramp, I will play Geist Ramp. So, yeah, just come out and make me play things. Make me play those decks. Nahiri can be the edgy bad girl cliche. The problem is they try to keep Nahiri, like, angry and vengeful but likable, so I don't think she'll join the Evil League of Evil. I really don't think so. I think Liliana's going to be the one that hinges around that storyline. I think it's all about her. That's my prediction for it. And how many planeswalkers can we play? Jeez, oh Pete. This poor guy. I'm taking forever because I'm taking questions from the chat, and then I'm going over here and activating all my planeswalkers. I'm probably sucking his will to live. He probably went for a drink, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him. And your turn. I'm having very fun turns. How are yours? Draw, do something. But I mean, here's the thing. What if he just goes like larger than life, Titan strength, blossoming defense? Would I die? Larger than life is 9. Blossoming defense, Titan strength is 5. I wouldn't quite die. But, you know, you just wonder about things like that when you're playing a red-green deck with 5 cards in their hand. The good old, like, berserk combo finish. That would make Nighthawk and Coexist both squeal with glee. I alt-tab. What's alt-tab do on Steam Nighthawk? I don't know. I'm an Xbox player, so I don't understand things like what an alt-tab does. Is that like passing priority? I think it's like F3 or F6 on Magic Online. Alright. So we do have Ulamog in the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we have the mana to play him. Oh my. Let's start here. And let's cast that spell for full value. Brilliant. God, that's mean. Well, I'd love to hit Ulamog off the top, so we'll try that. Nope, just a plains. How about now? Actually, do I want to suicide you to let Ulamog hit the opponent? No, I'm having too much fun. Oh man. Alright. Well, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Sure. Draw me cards. I bet I don't even have any lands left in the deck. Liliana. Okay, that does it. That does the work. This is absolutely insane. These turns are getting... This is why people play Super Friends, right? To do what I'm doing right now. To dirtle the opponent into pure oblivion. And live the... This is the life we all want to live. Hello. How you doing? Just all the rubbins. It was like, well, of course I have to play technically correct. If I'm... so, let's see. Nighthawk says that Alt-Tab minimizes duels, and I look at cat videos for 5 minutes. Good call, man. Good call. Oh, wow. Salmon of Knowledge thinks that's funny, too. And Avocado, if I'm ever in a match that's too long, I just play other card games on mobile. I'm with you there, but the only game I play is duels. So I actually have, and sometimes will, double queue my duels. So I've got a game like queuing up on the iPad, and I have a game on Xbox. So I'll do 2 games at once, which, if I'm using different decks, is usually not that bad. But if I'm using the same deck on both, I get confused about which game I'm in all the time. It gets really actually very funny as I forget which cards are in my hand on which platform and what my opponent is playing all the time. I forget what the battlefield state is sometimes if I'm looking at my hand and not looking at the board. It's really weird. It's silly. Let's see. I said I was going to finish. I think I'm just going to press my luck. I think I'm going to press my luck, and if the game locks up, I'm leaving. But if we get one more game in, we'll go for it. So, cross your fingers. Cross your fingers. My go-to mobile card game is Eternal. Eternal. Yep. I don't know any other games. I literally don't play anything but Magic. Like I can't do something else with my spare time. It has to be Magic. All I do is think about when I'm not playing Magic. All I do is think about playing Magic. So, even if the game was related like Eternal or Hearthstone, I just have no interest. Because it's not just that I want to play Magic, it's I want to try this card in this deck, and I want to try this combination of cards that I haven't tried in a while, and see how they do against these decks, and it's all... Like, I live in the multiverse. What can I say? I can't get out of the multiverse. That's why you still find me streaming this game, even when it's a pain in the butt to do so. Chainsaw Ninja. We've got a pretty awesome name coming at us with Chainsaw Ninja. Let's see if they're ready for the challenge. Keep or mulligan, everybody. Throw it in the chat. Keep or mulligan. I hate having ulamog, especially next to Nahiri, because that's usually what she wants to get, which almost makes this a mulligan on its own, but it's hard to argue with vegetation and 2 planeswalkers. And on the play, hopefully my opponent can't run me out of the barn with 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop. So I'm going to keep. I'm going to keep. I used to think about Magic when I worked at retail, when I was telling someone where to find towels and was thinking about how to make colorless work. That's a good thing. I hear you, man. I hear you. Level 3 seal, keep. Never base it on your opponent. You never actually know what's going to happen. Never look across the table and see an 8-year-old kid and say, this hand is borderline, but I'll keep it because that's an 8-year-old kid. You will get smashed. It's happened to me too many times over the years. You never know. You never know when you're sitting across from a prodigy or just somebody who stole his dad's deck on the way out of the house. I can't do it. If he's playing the energy aggro, there's going to be more creatures to kill with this Radiant Flames. On the draw, I'm with you on this one, Nighthawk. It might have been too slow on the draw. Avocado would keep. Yep. All right. I lost at Oath pre-release to a kid in a wheelchair. And you really can't take any shame. You can't be ashamed of any of it. You could lose to anybody at any time if you're not, playing your best Magic or not playing the kind of Magic that you need to play. He's got open mana. I hate playing things into open mana. What I'm going to do... I guess I'll lead with Tracker and see if I can untap with it. If he counters it, that's fine. I'm happy. It's pausing me. Okay, and he did nothing with his mana. I thought for sure he'd have at least a removal spell and maybe a counter spell. Nimbus of Frost. Well, that makes me excited to throw some flames. But maybe we'll wait a minute. Maybe we won't do that right away. Of course, he could blow up our efforts. Although Nahiri can hit that while it's tapped, so I don't have to be in a hurry to set off the flames. But what I will do is play veggies. And I need black... and I need red, right? Or no, I should get white and red because I have the outburst. I don't have any black cards yet, so I will get white and I will get red. And now that I have 3 clues sitting around, I will gladly take a trade if my opponent wants to swap with this tireless tracker. I certainly probably don't need many more clues to win the game. And my opponent says no thank you. They probably have some spells to tap this down. Hey Nighthawk, any particular deck you want to try first with this expansion? Comes to my channel to talk to Nighthawk. No, that's totally cool. I'm just joking with any saltiness there. I also am curious what Nighthawk has on his list. Although hold on, let me go for this. I bet it starts with Marionette Master. I bet he's thinking Marionette Master. I bet he's going to do black-white stuff and black-red stuff with Marionette Master. But maybe he's moved on. Maybe he's got a new favoritist thing that he can't wait to do. Go ahead. Surprise me, Nighthawk. Radiant Flame sweeps the whole board. Ooh. Cracking 2 clues. If I draw land, maybe I don't have to lose my tracker. So let's tap 1 red and 1 white and see what we draw. If we draw a land that enters untapped, I don't have to lose my tracker. Oh, other veggies. I do want to... does it make any difference, though, if he steals my tracker, if I'm just going to clean the board? I might even get it back. Yeah, I'm at 16, so the most he can do is 1, 2, 3. It's very unlikely he has pump spells. So I'm just gonna keep the ramping coming. And he's going to steal my tracker, but then I'm gonna sweep the board and get it back. It's gonna be great. See, Salmon said Orzhov stockpile. Black-white hidden stockpile. Salmon wins. Knew it! Nighthawk, I like your videos. Me too. I'm a fan. Not even gonna argue. I'm actually very happy that Nighthawk and I get along because we do. I don't know if 2 people could kind of play the same game and build decks in very different ways, whereas I'm just always, like, I'm efficiency like a soldier. I just want everything to run perfectly smoothly, you know, marching to the T. And, man, Nighthawk is like, just having fun, just having a good time. And he still wins a good amount of his games. He still does absolutely perfectly fine with that mentality. So it often makes me question my life. In a good way. In a good way. Oh, God, yeah, Salmon. He's very pessimistic, only to top deck the win. Yep. And then he's just like, oh, look what I did. Ha ha. Boom. Gotcha. It's glorious. It makes for absolutely fantastic viewing. So it doesn't look like he's going to crack a clue and grow the tracker, which is kind of what I hoped he'd do. So I'm going to lose my tracker. It's going to die. But that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Boom. Neat stuff you got there. Now it's dead. Alright. I guess we want Chandra out. Oh, tap my red. Can't do it. Radiant Flames. Could just get the tracker back and have a board. That's pretty funny. But I think I'd rather try to draw the untapped land. So I'm ready, willing, and able to play Ulamog if I want to. With Nissa. Okay. And then we can finish off with Liliana. Oh, or Nissa. That'll get us the land, right? Because we have both forests, so there are no forests left in the deck. We're at 10, so Linvala is a good choice. Two blue mana. Don't worry, there's not much you can do. I mean, I guess he could unsubstantiate something. The funny thing about unsubstantiate is if you don't have a board, nothing becomes unsubstantiated by unsubstantiate. It's still quite substantial, is what I'm trying to say. All right. So we're in the home stretch. We've swept away the Will Breaker and the Nimbus of Frost. He can get back to Sanitarium Skeleton. Oh, Sire of Stagnation. Hello. Well, that'll keep the 10th mana off the board for a minute, as that card is a pain in the butt, but we can blow it up. We could also just let him draw 2 cards and exile 2 cards from our deck and not care, and just Ulamog him. But being the value sucker I am, that is unlikely. I feel like I have to kill his guy. Away with you, foul demon. I guess it's you, and then I can crack a clue. I hear Gwent is buggy as hell, Hakeem, and you're giving them a pass just because it's a beta or something and not a 3 or 4 year old platform. What's up with that? Word on the street is you let it slide when it's a beta and not Magic Duels. Oh, man. Throwback to when we thought Sire would be good. I don't know who that was, but I mean, I've lost a few weird games to it, like a ramped out Sire when I was playing red-green ramp, and you get caught by like acid moss into Sire stagnation, and then now you're down like you're at 4 lands. You have Rolling Thunders in your hand. It's a 5/7. You really don't want to cast your own acid moss or Nissa's Pilgrimage at that point. So I remember some bad things happened to me by Sire stagnation. I don't think that makes it a great card, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. An extra 2 plays, I don't know, Sylvan Advocate or something, I guess. So why the heck not? Yeah, we'll play ayli. Ayli can join the team. Boom. How's your face? his face has left the building. Da-bum-bum. Well, Hakeem, you showed up just in time for the end, the bitter end. Hey, Norplay, nice to see you as well. Thanks for coming out. As we wrap up today's stream, it has been fun. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the Super Friends team up to just gang up with all their +1s and -2s to take down unsuspecting people in ranks 1 through 3 who really wish they had that many mythic rares in their collection as we have on the battlefield. Pretty much a sum up of today. A reminder, it is a release week coming up. Hey, the Revolt will be live for me on Wednesday night here in the US. So we'll be having the release party, the traditional release party. So you can come out, see me, take the new cards for a spin, and I will be playing whatever decks you tell me to play. And that's going to be the plan. Also, we will be holding our breath. We will be crossing our fingers. Will they fix matchmaking? Will we be able to find games against similarly ranked players without the whole thing locking up and freezing and having to restart the stream every 3 or 4 games? I do not know. Salmon would like to remind me, yes, we lost to a meteorite into Metalwork Colossus. There is no doubt about that. It happened. Put it on the record. Alright, everybody. I hope you had fun. If you haven't followed me or anything like that, you should, so that you know when we go live with the release party this week. And it just tells me that you appreciate what I'm doing when I'm making time to stream this ridiculous game that hopefully we all love. And thanks for coming out. Have a good weekend. I'll see you around, especially on Wednesday for the release party. Alright, bye-bye.